Hey, what's up, my fellow crypto knots? My name is Vince B, and I'm here today to talk about some crypto news. I've been back on YouTube for about a week now making videos. I'm so excited about this whole cryptocurrency thing. Yesterday I got some comments. The comments are starting to come in now that I've been making videos every day, and I want to continue doing that and interacting with you all. So just to go over a couple things that were said. Somebody asked where they could learn more about Bitcoin, and that's going to be right here. I'm going to be explaining the benefits of cryptocurrencies, the pros and the cons, some of the risks with having high volatility assets such as this, and discussing the difference between holding cryptos versus holding other commodities, and how they will fare in today's economy and in future economy. So another question was, will the rise in interest rates affect the price of cryptocurrencies and bring the price down? Is that perhaps what's responsible for the prices going down, especially with the huge flash crash yesterday with Ethereum? So I looked into that, and basically, yes, the interest rates will
You will be more disappointed by the thing.
Sorry about that. I was trying to find the article I read, but it's not important. Basically, what it said was that the interest rates can affect the price because it'll make bonds more appealing to investors, and especially like the big time investors that want a secure thing to put their money in that's going to make their money work for them, are going to be attracted back more into bonds now that the interest rates are going up. And it said that if inflation stays low, it'll also be bad for the price, which is I believe that's the mainstream narrative, that inflation is low, but they don't really take into consideration everyday things like food and gas and bills and rent and stuff. So it's a skewed statistic on where inflation is. So if you watch more mainstream news, you probably believe inflation is low, or if you just are taking a look at your grocery bill and following more alternative sources that report the real inflation numbers, you know that inflation is actually quite high. The value of the dollar has gone down like 85% since, I believe, like the 80s. So, and don't quote me on that, I don't know the exact number, but it's gone down a lot. So that's why things like silver and gold has been traditionally good for high inflation environments, because they hold their value. $100, or if you would have bought gold and silver back in the 30s, you would still have the same amount as you would now. $100 would still be $100. $1,000 would still be, would still buy you $1,000 worth of things. Like a gold coin could buy you a nice suit back in the day, versus today it's still going to buy you a nice suit, while as that $10 bill that might have bought you a nice suit back in the day isn't going to do that now. So why cryptos are better than gold and silver is because in an inflationary environment, they're going to go up a lot, which we've already seen with Ethereum and Bitcoin. When I first got into Bitcoin, it was only like 3-4 months ago. I've been following it for years and been wanting to get into it, and basically I was just kind of watching the price and seeing it wasn't really doing a whole lot, and there was some big crashes, and I knew it was something good to get into, but most people I followed on YouTube preached gold and silver. And it's funny because a lot of those people that would preach precious metals are now preaching the cryptos. They're now talking about how you should have cryptos and precious metals. So yeah, let's see. So basically, once I got into Bitcoin about 3 months ago, and I watched my money just increase from just holding the Bitcoin, And then I got into Ethereum when it was back at like $11 and just kept buying into that all the way up, and made a lot of money off of that too. Um, I realized that you're gonna make a lot more. I started to use the analogy: if you would have bought gold back like in the 30s versus buying stocks back in the 30s, you'd probably be a millionaire if you would have bought into the big stocks back in the 30s. And versus gold, you would have made some money, but you wouldn't have got rich holding gold and silver. So that's why you should get into Bitcoin, because it can actually make you money, while precious metals and other commodities pretty much just preserve your money. And they can make you a little bit, especially if you believe that they're being manipulated and held down. And the true value of silver is probably at like $250 right now. Then there's money to be made there, but we don't know how long the manipulation can go on. It probably can't be going on much longer, but we don't really know. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. There's a lot coming out now. A lot of banks are getting in trouble for manipulating the price, but they'll probably just get a slap on the wrist and continue to do it. So I kind of recommend having both. You just got to be careful with precious metals. If you hide them, you don't want to forget where you hid them at, and if you store them in your house, you got to worry about somebody coming in and taking those. So luckily I have a very wealthy relative with a very secure house that I can store mine in. I might get a couple out to show you guys how to sell them on the internet, and then use that money to buy Bitcoin, and maybe even vice versa. So that's something that's going to be coming up. And how long have I been talking here? I got so much to talk about. This stuff is so exciting to me. The amount of energy that's flowing through me. There was more comments that I wanted to talk about. That somebody said they're just going to put their money, they're going to pull their money out of Ethereum and put it into marijuana stocks, and that might be a good idea. Maybe diversify a little bit. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But don't sell your Ethereum now. Wait till it at least goes back to where you bought it at. If you didn't sell out when it started to dip down, if you were like me and just said, I'll just hold on to it, then you need to just hold on to it and wait for it to come back up. Usually with a lot of these, in a couple of days, they're going to come back up. So my new strategy is to diversify and put my money into, between a half dozen to a dozen different cryptocurrencies, or what they call altcoins, which are alternate to Bitcoins. And but you got to keep an eye on them every day. Check in a couple times a day. Blockfolio is a good program for your cell phone that you can set alerts to when they go up and down. You also got to know how to set your stop orders. But if you stick with your top 10 really, but probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you gotta watch Classic, and that Dash seems pretty stable. Stratus seems like a good bet. I think these are gonna do good. I just read an article talking about 5 ICOs of all time. I'll leave a link to this down below. But Economy, I don't really know much about, or Chronobank, but Golem, Zcash, and is that all they talked about? Definitely Golem and Zcash I like a lot. I went ahead and got some yesterday. What is Zcash doing right now? I put into about 6 different ones, 6 or 7 last night, and I've already took profits off of 2 of them. If you don't worry about constantly flipping and trading and watching these charts, and you just pick some really good ones, you want to look for a lot of sideways consolidation. You want to be at a lower point on something that was doing really good and has had a massive correction. You don't want to drop a falling knife. You don't want to get in as it's falling, but once it consolidates and goes sideways for a while, that's a good time to get in. So that's what I look for, and I'll show you guys more of that in the future. For instance, I seen this here. I seen that it was doing good, but then came down and consolidated for a while, and I said now's the perfect time to get in, and it just blew up. So now I'm cashing out. I got an order here to sell 333. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on this and sell some while it's up right here to show you how it's done here. Basically, and it's good to set in low buy orders and basically be real greedy, because who cares if you don't get it? If you get it, then great, you got in at a really low price and you're probably going to be able to sell for a much higher price. So don't be in a hurry. You have to have patience, and it's all about timing. You want to set low traps, if you will, to catch those good prices, and then as soon as you're up in profit at a good point, when you see a lot of volume down here, then that's when you want to go ahead and sell, at least some of it. Don't be eager and hurry up and sell everything. Sell like half if it's doing really good, and then slowly sell the other half, because it might continue to go up. And if it goes down, then you've already sold half and you've already locked in some profit. And then just set your stop losses, so when it comes down close to where you bought it at, it goes ahead and sells out and you've locked in that profit. And the more money you can put in here and spread out, the better. But you gotta be really careful. You don't want to just jump into this. You want to start with a small amount of money and just invest small amounts here and there, spread it out, do things that are in the top top 4 at least, maybe a couple of these other ones. Really do your research. Subscribe to their Twitter, subscribe to their Facebook, subscribe to their YouTube, subscribe to people that are covering this stuff. Set up your notifications to people like me, who are I'm gonna be on here more, letting you know when I see something breaking out or falling. I'm gonna try to do quick updates as I transition out of my daily grind into more of a crypto income. I'm gonna try to get on here more and keep you updated on what I think is good. It's not financial advice, like I just said. I just started on this. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and I'm trying to help you get started to make up your own mind, do your own research, and then figure out what you want to do. But so far, I've been making pretty good money off of my little system. Burst, I did good off of. Ethereum Classic, I'm waiting to come back up. I got in like over here, so I'm almost there. Litecoin, I think, has a lot of potential. I got in last night somewhere over here. It looks like it's going up, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. Lisk, I did really good on. I had about 50 of these, and I'm cashing out. So you could sell some low and lock in profits, and then set some higher ones and walk away. Some good Road to Ruda is a good channel. He used to be a big time silver bug, and now he's preaching the cryptos daily. This is one of the guys I watch every day. Raj, Node Investor, is really good. He's doing some how to learn technical analysis for cryptocurrencies, showing how to plot trend lines, look for higher highs, lower lows, draw your lines, and look for breakouts, look for triangular formations, teacup formations, hammer formations, different ways of knowing how it's going to go, how to look at the volume, how to look at moving averages, things like that. There's a lot of channels that are coming on that I'll let you know about, and how to do this. I'll keep you updated on the news. Looks like they might have found Mt. Gox missing money, which was an exchange that went down. So you got to watch the exchanges. You got to know how to put it onto your wallet. Somebody asked me to how to get started, and I told them just go to Coinbase, buy some Bitcoin, and put it in your wallet, and watch the money go up, and then learn. Then you'll learn. Start small, transfer small amounts of money, learn how to send and receive, and then get into trading and the different ones after you've done your research. So waiting for Ethereum to go up. Ether is kind of a long-term hold for me, but it's so volatile. I think I'm going to get out of it and spread out into more Bitcoin and Litecoin as well. Somebody making a living using Bitcoin, like buying their everyday purchases with cryptos. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll try that in the future, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna do a Genesis mining upgrade here. I had a couple people leave me their codes, so I'm really hyped about that. I think only maybe one actually used my code yet, but go ahead and use my codes, guys. I will get you back. I think I'm gonna start doing this every day. BitConnect's doing really good. I think I'm gonna take these profits from BitConnect. Absolutely amazing. $75 on here. Hasn't even been 24 hours since my last upload, I don't think, and I've already made money. So yeah, I'm gonna start transferring these into coins, and then taking that and investing it into Genesis, and just going to keep compounding my income from multiple streams. We're going to long time hold some that are going to for sure go up. We're going to trade ones that short term going to go up, and we're going to get out of those, and then we're going to invest in cloud mining. Eventually I'm going to buy my own mining rig. I'm going to start mining with the systems that I have. I just don't want to slow my main one down right now, and I need to upgrade my other ones. So yeah, and then also the BitConnect, and I got a couple other ones that I'm looking into too, where you can like take out surveys and get paid. Multiple avenues of income is what you want to develop with the cryptocurrencies, and have them making passive income for you. And yeah, that's what it's all about, is making that passive income, making income in a down economy, profiting, while everybody else is doing bad. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to do bad. There's a lot of money to be made in an inflationary environment with these cryptocurrencies, and I will have more on that soon. So I will talk to you again here real soon. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like, give me comments, let me know about your cryptocurrency story. I'm going to let you know more about mine, and I will talk to you later. Bye.